You know, and a lot of people claim like, yo, he put the MAGA hat on to support Trump to get to free him. I don't know. Trump is somebody that likes the social media and is in tune with that. You know what I mean? If that's what I got to do to come home, I want to come home.
All right, so Johnny Somali is in full panic mode, and right now he is doing damage control. And he did an interview with Alex Novell that will be making a documentary about him. And this whole interview has only one purpose. It's to clean up his reputation, to try to make it look to the courts that he is remorseful and he wants to change. But in this interview, there is a lot being said. And I watched the entire thing, and I'm going to cut it down to 20 minutes, just the best parts, just the parts that matter. And trust me, he is coping hard. He realizes that his world is crumbling around him and that there is not much time left until he has to do serious time in jail. So without further ado, let's get started. The first segment is about Johnny Somali throwing Suspendus under the bus, saying that other streamers have done so much worse than him and they're still able to monetize on Kick.
But obviously I'm not perfect. Like, I've done some things, but there's a lot of creators that have done a lot worse. There's creators that have, for example, I don't want to throw Mr. Bass under the bus. Mr. Bass literally killed somebody. You know what I mean? Allegedly, I don't want him to sue me, but there's creators in our IRL streaming space, such as the person that even got me to start streaming on Kick is Suspendus. Suspendus has done way worse things than me, arguably. But he still has his Kick deal. $100 an hour Ethereum from Eddie. Still getting paid by Kick, not banned. But I'm the scapegoat for the whole IRL streaming community. I'm like Hitler to them. Like, it's insane. Like, you go to some of these streamers' chats and like, you can't mention Johnny Somali, you can't talk about Johnny Somali.
In the next segment, Somali talks about when his father first realized that he was a nuisance streamer and he went viral, and the shame that he's bringing upon his family.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God. Yeah, they didn't hear about it immediately. But you know how my father found out? My father was at work and someone showed him a video. Like, yo, this crazy black kid, you seen this kid running around Japan, Asia? And my dad doesn't say anything. Because obviously he's like, what the fuck, this is my job. Like, obviously, like, what the hell? And that's how my dad told me he finally found out. Like, someone at work, it went so viral, someone showed him like TikTok or some kind of Instagram scrolling, and that's his son. And I feel bad because my parents, they're refugees, of course, they're from Somalia and Ethiopia, and I don't think they wanted this life for me, this IRL streaming life, you know? They would rather have me, I have a finance degree, I have a bachelor's degree in finance. They would rather have me in a cubicle somewhere doing some accounting work or something, you know what I mean? So I do feel the biggest shame I have is a little bit to my parents, because I feel like I was supposed to be a role model. Because
In the next segment, Johnny complains that there are people that are hunting him and they're actively trying to kill him and end his life. Take a look at this.
Met me that want to, bro, there's people that literally want to kill me, which is ridiculous. And there's people at this, like...
There's people in Korea who are really after you. I mean, when we were waiting, Mondo and I were sitting in the car earlier, and we were like, just looking through a couple of different accounts who are like, really just like Korean dudes who are after you. Like random Korean dudes.
What? Oh my God, I'm telling you, if you came here in October, November, I have some footage that is... And the police took 2 of my cell phones. Actually, one of my fans here in Korea gave me this phone so I can still stream. The Korean police have my phones in an evidence locker somewhere. I have so much footage, Alex, of my life day to day when I'm the most hated man in this country. And I have Korean Discord groups with 10,000 people tracking my geolocation. They were at one point trying to find what hotel I'm staying at, honking cars. Because I was like on X-Base or Live, and they're trying to honk cars to figure out where I'm at. I'm serious.
That's crazy.
And I've really had multiple, like literally, I don't know what else to call it, literally attempts on my life. When the Yu Dalun, that's not even his real name, it's his stage name, when that Korean ex-Navy SEAL guy punched me, bro, somebody can die from that. If you sucker punch somebody and they hit their head on the concrete like I did.
Is that how you got the scar on your head?
No, this is from Israel. It's a whole other story. But I have a scar right here from when he punched me and then he kicked me in the head. Bro, you can die for that. You can die from that. Seriously. And for people to be on the internet championing it and saying like, yo, this is right. Like people, that guy made, from punching me in the face, he went from 0 subscribers to 27,000 subscribers in a day. He made tens and thousands of dollars in donations.
In the next clip, Johnny Somali is continuing to see that basically YouTubers are making so much more money than he is. And that's pretty hilarious because he is a nuisance streamer. He shouldn't be able to profit from his content. He profits a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty damn obvious that the people that are covering him make 10 times more money than he does.
It's a symbiotic relationship. You know, these content creators, they need me to create content. And if I just disappear and stop streaming, they don't have any videos or topics to talk about. And it sucks that, like, the people that make these YouTube videos and the documentaries, they make probably 10 times, 100 times what I make in one live stream. Like, even if I was back on Kicking at KCIP, these people make videos about me, they get 1, 2, 3 million views in a day. Like, I think the last 24 hours, Moist Critical made one, and Tozy made one, and there were over 2, 3 million views in the last 24 hours. It's ridiculous.
And they're getting over 10K pretty much off of a video of them sitting there just going, this guy who I don't know is bad, and here's what I read in the news about him that reinforces
Here's
that.
the opinion from Reddit and Twitter and just regurgitate. Sometimes it makes me think, like, damn, I'm not working, I'm working like harder, they're working smarter. Maybe I should have went back 2 years ago. If I could have went back 2 years ago, I would have sat down and just been like a reaction YouTuber or a streamer, because it seems like...
So the next segment is honestly my favorite. Johnny Somali really thinks that Donald Trump can save him. He's that delusional. And the guy that's interviewing him even tried to call the embassy and Marco Rubio and tried to arrange for him to get freed, which, by the way, it's not going to happen. Keep dreaming.
I was in touch with the embassy. I've been emailing back and forth with them about us sitting down, and what they've expressed to me is that this falls beyond their jurisdiction, and that really the only people that can help you are in the State Department in the United States. So I emailed like Marco Rubio's office, and I emailed a lot of those people over there. And the short of it is that, like, before I release the film even, I'm gonna distribute like almost like a PSA version of the film, but like kind of a call for help here. That, like, you have an American citizen who wears a MAGA hat and goes around shooting content, and he was arrested in South Korea, and he's being held, and his passport, is being held. And, Trump is president now. He freed all of these January 6th people. He freed all of those people. The State Department needs to step in and protect somebody who's like one of their own,
and a lot of people claim like, yo, he put the MAGA hat on to support Trump to get to free him. I don't know. Trump is somebody that likes the social media and is in tune with that. You know what I mean? If that's what I got to do to come home, I want to come home. It's ridiculous. At the end of the day, I really don't think I'm going to get prison time here. I think it's going to be some fines, and then they're going to let me leave. But why play this whole game? Why do this whole stretched out long?
Because that's the punishment.
The process is the punishment.
Once again, I don't know if he's that delusional, if he really believes that Trump will save him, but that is very unlikely to happen. The next segment, he's talking about how Kick used him, and they basically just tossed him out when they were done with him. Take a look at this.
So how does it feel to then have them all turn their backs on you when you kind of needed their support the most?
It does hurt a little bit, and I feel like Kick used me like a dirty towel and like threw me away like a rag. Because when the platform was like shit, I'm telling you, the website was dog shit. It didn't have any features, nothing. But it didn't even have an app. I was streaming on Kick before there was even an app on Kick. I brought so much publicity to the platform. Like, and this is not even just from my mouth. This is from the Kick staff telling me, yo, you're pushing boundaries. You just need to calm down. Like, we love your content. Like, keep going. So I feel like something switched, or there's came a point where they're like, oh, we need sponsors, we need advertisement. But also, these YouTubers and this fake narrative that gets spread about me, people get affected about it. When they scroll on Twitter and it says, Kick streamer Johnny Somali did this, did this. And if you're one of the owners of the company, you're one of the staff there, you're like, oh, this doesn't look good for us. You know what I mean? It's better PR to just say, oh, yeah, we banned them.
All right, so next the interviewer asks him, what's next for you if you get freed, if you're able to get out of the country? And what Johnny Somali says is just hilarious. He's talking about going to China. And go for it, Somali. Honestly, if you want to go and be a nuisance streamer in China, that is fantastic. There won't be much content for me because you are going to be locked up within 24 hours and never seen again. But at least you'll get your comeuppance.
I like doing IRL streaming on Party, maybe go around Asia a little bit more. I don't know. I kind of want to go. People are like trying to test my boundaries of where I want to go. I kind of want to go to China.
Oh my God, Johnny, no!
Yes.
Please don't go to China.
They're gonna disappear my ass.
One in chat if you think Johnny should go to China.
China would be
I
lit.
feel like Johnny should upgrade to North Korea next.
In the next clip, Johnny Somali just continues to play the victim, saying that there's people that murder and they don't get as much coverage as him, which is not true. I mean, the Karen Reed trial is really, really popular right now. I think he's overinflating his popularity, but take a look at this.
Really, the narrative that's been created about me, I want to just try to kind of fight against it. You know, I really think the only thing I'm guilty of is hurting people's feelings. And in 2025, hurting people's feeling, I guess, is worse than murder at this point. There's people that murder people that don't get covered like me. Like actual people that kill people that don't get covered like me.
Mr. Bass story didn't get any coverage like this. That's really interesting too.
He is partially right. I mean, the story with Mr. Bass is very interesting, but I think the only big YouTuber that covered him was Turkey Tom or something. Now, in the next segment, Johnny Somali's talking once again about his parents and how they're extremely disappointed with how much of a loser their son has become.
Did you have people in your life trying to tell you don't do this?
Listen, my family to this day, they don't like me doing this live streaming shit. They think it's terrible. They think it's self-destructive. And to a point, I think it is self-destructive. But I don't know. It's became like a part of my life. The last 2 years, it's became like I hate to say it, but like my purpose. You know, like it's just.
Well, that self-destruction in the world of IRL is kind of like an art. Yeah. And like being able to do those things and then bounce back from it and continue like streaming in the way that you have been is really like an art form in many ways. Like to not let it beat you down and to not let all the haters and all of the like.
So the next segment is the longest yet. It's a massive cope session about legal mindset. This goes on for quite a bit, and you can tell that legal mindset is living rent-free in Ramsey's head. Take a look at this.
With Atosi's videos, it's like you watch his videos and it's the same video with the same like subtitles at the beginning. This disrespectful live streamer is in so much trouble and we're all gonna jack off together.
Oh, it's like a hate boner. They're like, oh, he's gonna get 27 years and it's over for his life. Bro, this guy's made at least, I told you, just him, he's made at least 25. He probably made over 250 grand off my, or over $250,000 just talking about me. It's ridiculous. And I don't know, I feel like I want to find a way to.
I think it's weird that none of these guys will talk to me, by the way. I think it's really weird that you sat down for an interview with me fairly easily. And Legal Mindset, I've been talking to him and trying to get him to do an interview. And the best I got from him was, I'll respond to any written questions you have. And I'm like, bro, you go live for 2.5 hours a day, collecting donations, talking about Johnny.
He's probably live as we speak.
But he can't have a 30-minute conversation with me about this story that he covers constantly.
Because you might challenge him and challenge the narrative that he's spreading to his audience. You know.
What do you think is wrong with? He is live right now.
Literally live right now.
Losing it. Let's see what he's saying real quick. I don't pay for YouTube Premium.
His shirt is off. He's running around every time I walk outside.
And occasionally, can there be one little nugget in there? Yes, but it's effectively worth it because, frankly, if you listen to my stream,
it's ridiculous.
You see me pick out the one or two things.
I'm always the liar. Anything he says, he tells all the people watching him, don't believe Ramsey. Don't believe Ramsey. He lies pathologically. Nothing that he says is true. Only believe in me. He's not even a lawyer that can practice law in Korea, Asia, wherever he's at. He literally has a website called Go East Gentlemen where he's literally teaching people to go to third world countries and take advantage of women. He's not this like savior saint kind of person. You know what I mean? He had videos where he's talking about how to pick up women in Seoul, like soul seduction and stuff like. But then he conveniently deletes and removes because he's trying to grift the South Korean audience. Yeah, give me money. Yeah, this guy's going to jail. Yeah. And you know what? He actively was working with that team of Korean YouTubers that were chasing me and Hank around the country. He's like meeting up with them, doing interviews. He's sitting down. He wouldn't sit down with you or talk with you, but he was sitting down here interviewing the guy that punched me.
So the reason why they're mentioning that is because Alex Novell, the other guy that's interviewing him, was saying that no one wants to talk to him about Johnny Somali. All the detractors, as sometimes people call them, people like me, Atozi, and Legal Mindset that call out Somali, no one's willing to give him an interview or to talk to him. Well, I would say otherwise. I know I'm a small name in the genre, and he probably doesn't even know about my channel, but I am more than happy to have a debate with Johnny Somali or anybody of his crew at any moment of time. I've done that before in my other channels where I call out certain criminals and they portray themselves as being, holier than thou and that they're doing this for a just cause. And I've debated at least a dozen of them, and I always make them look like total morons. So the offer's out there, Ramsey. I know you hate my channel, you hate my free speech, you did copyright strikes. If you want to do a debate, I would be more than happy to do it.
Setting up interview like this with a dude that, oh, you punched Johnny, or how did you dox him? How did you find him? With multiple, 3-4 Korean YouTubers, like promoting. He's been on his live streams, like promoting doxing against me, promoting like finding my address. I'm like, how does YouTube allow that? At some point, it's doxing and harassment, and it's literally he's doing crimes and monetizing it, pushing people to say yes, file cases against Johnny. Let's get more charges on him. I want to see him in prison. I'm like, all right, this is a weird kind of obsession you have. If you go on his channel, if he talks about any other topic, maybe 5,000-10,000 views.
It's not a law channel. It's not a law channel. I think the weirdest thing about it for me is that you have a guy who's posing himself as like a law channel, but the only thing he covers is you and your life and your story, and not in really a legal way, more so in a way of like, here's the laws I feel like he's broken today.
And he doesn't cover any of the other IRL streamers. Like barely he'll touch on it a little bit, even if they go do a crime in Korea. For example, like ICE and them, they broke into a building in like the southern region of in Jeju. They broke into a building the other night. Like literally the other night, alarms go off. They break into a building. He doesn't cover it. Anything they do, he doesn't cover it because it's either that I have two theories on that. It doesn't get the views, right? And B, he's friends with another streamer named Zena the Witch, and they were together on the Fresh and Fit podcast. So he has a connection with her. So I think him and Zena have like a little bit conspired, like, yo, talk about Johnny, leave us out of it, and I will try to. I met Zena yesterday. I met her on stream and sniped her. She was right here. She's at the bars right here in my neighborhood, and she just like immediately called the police on me. Like it's like she's working with him to try to put more charges on me, and it's ridiculous. He's like literally telling other people to just file more cases and charges against me. And when I finally leave this country and I finally leave, it's going to be the biggest fuck you to him. And I cannot wait to see the Cope and the Seed winning. He's been grifting donations for 6 months saying I'm going to go to prison for this long and da-da-da-da. And when it doesn't happen, he's going to be like, oh, I always said this is a possibility, guys, that he's not going to get jail time, I just don't understand how people can be brainwashed by this guy.
So the final clip is of Johnny Somali saying that this whole thing is not that serious. All the crimes that he has committed, it's really not a big deal, which truly shows how he is completely delusional. Take a look at this.
And when the only charge I had in Japan was a TTS playing in a restaurant. A TTS played in a restaurant for 30 seconds.
What was the TTS?
I think it was some kind of song, some kind of like stupid song or some tsunami warning, something somebody sent for like $5-10. And I initially got arrested in Japan for going into a construction site, but they dropped that charge. And in Japan, every case that you have is 23 days in jail. So 23 days of interrogation, 8 hours a day. So for 2 charges, it's 46 days. And then they held me another 60, 70 days waiting for court, or for my court to finish. But even when it started in Japan, people villainized me just the same as here in Korea. It's almost like a part 2, part 3 of the fucking Johnny Somali arc.
How did you feel when that was happening in Japan? Were you like, oh shit, I'm fucked?
I felt like the same way I do now. I'm like, bro, I played a TTS in a fucking restaurant, and I left. It was crazy. The footage, I leave the restaurant. Like you can find the footage on YouTube. Like I literally, the guy's like, yo, get out, no music, and I leave. And even the judge in Japan said, yeah, you left immediately, but because you didn't press the volume down button on your phone, you're guilty. And that's how they justified holding me for 4 months. And a lot of people don't know that. The only crime, people say, oh, what Johnny did in Japan was so evil and scum. Okay, I made an atomic bomb joke once, drunk. I walk onto a construction site. Okay, that's stupid. Don't do that. And somebody sent a donation on a speaker on my phone. But everybody spreads this narrative that I'm such an evil demon and I ruined IRL streaming in Japan. And because of me, now nobody can go to Japan and without police getting called on them every single day. And I'm like, I didn't really do much that other IRL streamers have not done.
All right, so that's the end of the video. Once again, that was 2 hours that I condensed in 20 minutes for your viewing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's one big take to take out of this is that Johnny Somali can no longer plead insanity because it clearly shows that he is sound of mind when he's sober and he can have a rational thought. This whole thing is just an act so he can grift a bunch of money off his viewers, which kind of makes it worse than if he was legitimately crazy like Josh Block. Anyways, that's it for the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's going to piss him off royally. Let's get to 100,000 subs and I'll see you guys on the next one.